you. I've always said after you do your Power Start, you should go back through new consultant training, and then you're like, oh, that's what that means. You know, when you're new and you're trying to learn all this, it can be a bit overwhelming. So summer school is not a punishment for anybody. It is going to be a launching pad for all of you. And so as we begin this year, I want to tell you a little bit about it. I'm going to, each week, we'll teach a class, and then you'll have homework. Okay, there'll be, the only way you're going to get better at doing your business is to practice. Okay, so each week you'll have homework, and I will give you the homework assignment at the end tonight. And at the end of our time together, you're going to have a notebook with handouts and all the lessons. So you can go back and refer to those as you should need to, okay? So this is session 1, and it is our Dream Believer workshop. So we're going to really get down deep and dirty into developing a dream and finding your why and helping you start creating a dream account, okay? So the first thing I want to talk to you about is I'm going to just share a couple of thoughts with you. And so let me grab my papers real quick. And I want to ask you, if you feel you are a believer, that you believe in this business, you believe in this company, you believe in your own potential, but you know that God isn't finished with you yet, right? That you still have so much further that you can grow yourself and grow your business. So it's a new year with Mary Kay, so I just want to say Happy New Year to all of you, okay? So first of all, because I'm a visual learner, I'm hoping you are too. I brought visual aids. So the first thing I want to share with you is Happy New Year. All right? Happy New Year. It's symbolizing a new year. It means out with the old and in with the new, right? The slate has been wiped. One of the hardest things for me to do at the end of the year on a goal that I've worked all year on is to take my wiper board and wipe it off. In fact, I left it up there until yesterday, and Becky came and she's like, it still says June. I'm like, I know. I'm just savoring it for a minute because now I have to wipe it all off, and there is no production in there. Oh, excuse me, there's $81. But it doesn't look like it did when we finished. And some years when things are all plugged in where I want to be, I take a picture of that board because I'm so excited. But then, as I wipe it clean, and I realize, oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless. Where I ended on June 30th, right, is not where we're going to be on June 30th next year. What are the possibilities that we can think of this year? We all get a new beginning. Do you know every single one of you right now, no matter where you ended up in June, in your unit's top 10, every single one of you are at the same place right now. You're all at the starting gate. How exciting is that? So starting from the beginning, we can take the lessons that we learned this past year and move forward with confidence. Okay, because the smarter and wiser you are than you were a year ago in your Mary Kay business if you've been in that long. You've learned some things this year. Maybe you learned how to overcome obstacles. Maybe you learned how to overcome adversity. Maybe some of you have had some really hard stuff happen in your life this year. And maybe you learned that you have perseverance and that you have stick-to-it-ness. Because you didn't let your circumstances control your future. You work out of discipline, not out of emotion. And so you gained experience this year. So I want you all right now to take your hand, put it on your back, and give yourself a pat on the back because you survived. You survived, whether it was your best year ever in Mary Kay or whether you had a little setback this year. Whatever it is, guess what? We're all in the same place right now. Okay? So here's my next little trick I want to show you. Another important thing is a slinky. You know what I love about a slinky? It bounces back. It has flexibility, right? I can stretch this all the way across the room to anybody, let go, and it comes back into place. It offers flexibility and fun. And that's what our business offers, is flexibility and fun. Do you realize that everyone in this room and everyone who's watching is subject to change? The circumstances are are subject to change? How many of you don't have to raise your hand for this one, have had a team member start and come on your team and quit and get their starter kit and never even open it up, right? Or how many have quit before the starter kit even arrives there, right? Don't raise your hands, right? How many had a party that is canceled or postponed? How many of you have been porched? Don't know what porched is? You show up for the party, you coach the party, you show up for the party, you're like, and you hear shh on the other side of the door. And you hear the TV, and you hear, the news on the TV, the 6 o'clock news, and then all of a sudden you don't, and you're like, then you see the blinds and the curtains peel back, and you see that woman, peeking through to see if it's you, because she was pretty sure it was. And you're in the car and then calling, hey, I'm in your driveway, right? So sometimes we just have to have bounce back ability. Sometimes things can disappoint you, but you know what? You don't give those who disappoint you the power over your dreams, because they will disappoint you. And when you give them the power, who is that hurting? Is that hurting them? No. If you are upset that something happened that was disappointing, and you take all those no's and give power to those no's and those disappointments, then you're the one who's losing your power. But you can also take those disappointments and take things that go wrong and use that as your reason. Use that as your ammunition. You can make excuses or you can make money, but you can't make them. So what are we going to do this year different about giving away our power? Are we going to guard our heart and not give away power to people who don't deserve to take our power, right? So we're going to guard our heart from those people. Okay? Here's my next one. Let's see if I can do this. Bubbles. Bubbles. Are you putting yourself in the pink bubble? You're here! Give yourself a round of applause if you're here! Are you attending your weekly, y'all say it with me? Weekly success events, right? Are you listening to the $1 Million Message daily? Daily. I want y'all to say that again. Daily. Are you attending everything your director suggests that you attend? It is no secret in Mary Kay that those who show up, go up. And your director would never recommend something for you to attend unless you knew that it was going to advance your business. If some of you work another job, if your job came to you and said, we have a conference that you have to attend, it's part of your training, it's part of your development, it's part of making you a better person, part of making you learn, it's going to help you learn more and be able to do your job more effectively. Would we ever think of not going? No, because we want to do better in our job. Well, when we start treating our Mary Kay like a job, it will pay you like a job. When you treat it like a hobby or treat it like when I feel like it, then it's going to pay you like a hobby or when I feel like it, right? Some weeks, I'm going to tell you this, when you're in this business, you're by yourself, but you're never alone. Mary Kay designed this business so that you have the support that you need here weekly. And do you know, this is something that Mary Kay Ash herself created for Weekly Success Speaking. They used to be during the day, when all the women in the 60s were home during the day. But as time has progressed and more women are in the workforce, we had to move to evenings. But with Google Hangout and all the technology that we have now, it's getting more and more. You can be so plugged in. You can watch YouTube. You can go to the website. You can be on Facebook. There's so much information out there to help you be a better consultant. So you can plug in every way you can imagine. There's also, Mary Kay has a video lounge on Mary Kay in Touch that you can plug into. So you can be in the pink bubble even when you can't be in the pink bubble, right? There's tons of things for you to plug into. And one thing that my director told me when I was a new consultant is sometimes you're so excited to come to a weekly success event because you had a great week. And your excitement and enthusiasm is what inspires others. But then sometimes we've had a less than exciting week. And that's the weeks that you need the meeting. Because see, when you're excited and a lot of things have happened and you can't wait to get here, that's when the meeting needs you. It needs your excitement and your energy. But then when you are disappointed or you're down, the best thing you could do for yourself is listen to the $1 Million Message, listen to CDs, watch videos, and plug into your meeting. Okay. My next thing is a pencil. I forgot to sharpen it, but that's okay, okay? Sometimes when a new year hits, we think we have to erase all of our goals. Just remember, the goal is in ink, but the deadline is in pencil, all right? Many, many, many times in my Mary Kay career, I've set goals and missed goals, set goals and missed goals, set goals and missed goals. Becoming a sales director was one of those things that it took me almost 3 years to achieve as a new consultant. And I thought I would be a director right away. And I remember thinking, well, maybe this just isn't for me. Maybe God was just kidding, when I know that I was called to a leadership position and I was called to help women. Maybe he was just kidding. Maybe it was just a God wink and I missed it. No. Sometimes God's delay is not his denial for us. So sometimes when you're trying to get red jacket and you're thinking, why can I not get my red jacket? Or you're trying to earn that first car or whatever it is, or trying to be a star consultant, whatever it might be. Sometimes we might hit a goal, but a lot of times we're going to miss. How many of you know that Babe Ruth was not only the home run king, but he was also the strikeout king? Did y'all know that? So just as many home runs as he hit, he has 4 times as many strikeouts. But see, when you're working on purpose and when your mind is in the right place, you keep the lesson and throw in the experience and realize that your deadline, the goal is in concrete, but the deadline is in sand. You may have to change it. I can't tell you how many times I had, and if you've been in my meeting a long time, you know this, and Kelsey can testify to this, how many times I'm like, we're getting a Cadillac, we're getting a Cadillac, we're getting a Cadillac, oh, we're getting an Equinox, we're getting an Equinox, we're getting an Equinox. Or, oh, well, we're just taking any car that'll get us. We're just happy to be driving free at this very moment. So, but it's not about the position. It's about the experience and taking joy in the journey when you leave there. The Cadillac doesn't represent anything about me. It represents everything about our unit. Because Cadillac is not anything you can do by yourself as a director. So even though I get to represent you as a Cadillac sales director, it's just being your leader and representing you as a Cadillac unit. So if you're on our A team or you're one of our angels, and ask your director what her goals are for the year. What part are you going to play in the goals of your unit? What is going to be your position that you're going to play on the team? Okay, here's the next one. It's a medal. A medal, because I want you to remember to be the star that you are. Bloom where you are planning and set your sights on huge goals this year. You can't play small. Mary Kay often said so many of us in our Mary Kay business are taking a teaspoon to the ocean. And we should be taking buckets and buckets. There's so much abundance, and we're settling for just this much. If Mary Kay's going to give it to you, why not earn it? Why not take that opportunity? Just like the Olympians train every day. You are training each and every day to become great at what you do. Every step that you take, every facial, every party, every training, every recruiting event, every meeting is to help you master your skills and become the champion that God created in you. Because I don't remember ever opening up scripture and seeing that God's promise for us was mediocre. Anybody see that? Anybody a scriptorian and know where I can find that? That says we are only called to be mediocre. Becky's a good scriptorian. What are we called to be, Becky? Excellence. God only wants the best for us. He only wants the very, very best for us. He's not celebrating when we are not stepping up to what He's called us to do. Are you earning gold, silver, or bronze medals every month? Are you being the champion that God has called you to be? Are you concentrating on activity, not the results? Or do you get so hung up on, I've asked 15 people and no one's booked with me, so this just must not be for me, right? Because I guarantee you, so many people quit right before the miracle. What if the 16th one is your next offspring sales director? Or the person that leads you to someone who's going to be a national sales director, right? Become the best that you can be. Run in your own lane. Earn everything. If Mary Kay is giving it away, earn it. If your director is giving it away, earn it. Earn everything. Go for everything. If you don't like it, run it as a hostess contest when you win, whatever it is. Free food, whatever it is, work for it in Mary Kay. Because, you know, in order to hit a goal, you've got to have a goal to hit. So earn all the prizes you can. Break it down into bite-sized pieces so that you have a step-by-step approach. And that's one of the things we're going to be learning is how to take a big goal, something huge for your dream account, and how to back it out and put step-by-step activity behind it so that you can achieve it. Okay, this is one of my favorites. Rose-colored glasses, okay? Are you viewing the world through rose-colored glasses? Are you viewing the world for how it can be, not how it is? Are you living with eyesight instead of insight? What are you filling your mind with? Are you reading positive, uplifting materials? Are you listening to awesome, spirit-filled music or listening to positive calls or CDs? One of the things that I remember as a new consultant that my director told me, I believe it was my national sales director, Arlen Menard, said every day you need to be listening to Mary Kay CDs. And I think back in the day when I started, it was cassettes. But every day we listened to Mary Kay positive stuff. My kids, when they were riding in the car with me, we listened to Mary Kay stuff in the car. We trained while I was doing other things, while I was running kids to cheerleading or whatever it might be. There was always something in my car. Music is great, music uplifts you, but is it going to help you be more successful? Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need that positive energy. But I will tell you, one of the keys to success of all the national sales directors, if you went back and asked them, they listen to this stuff every day. And we have $1 million messengers every day that we can listen to. How many of us are plugging into that? Every single day it's there. Because when you get discouraged is when you feel alone. When you get that negative word. And so it takes 20 times more positive to get rid of that one negative. So, did you know that you become the five people that you hang around the most? So ask yourself, write down the 5 people in your life right now that you spend the most time with. And then beside that name, if they are an energy giver, and you leave there feeling inspired and uplifted, I want you to put a plus sign. If they're an energy vampire, I want you to put a negative. If they are the same, then put an equal sign. So write down, think about this. You can do this in your homework if you want. Write down the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Did you know, too, that your future income will be the average of those 5 people? Wow. So what do you want your income to look like? What do you want your future to look like? Okay, here's my next one. This is extra. Extra gum. What is something extra you're going to do this year? I Our business is doing more than is expected. Doing the and then some, customer service. Are you giving yourself that same respect? When you have an appointment with yourself to make booking calls, to coach, to sit down and learn some material or read some material, do you not respect yourself enough to keep that appointment with yourself? Or do you always do that? You can build your own dream, or someone is going to pay you to build theirs. It's your decision. Will you decide that this year is going to be the year that you give your business the respect it deserves and go the extra mile? And here's my very last one. It's my little watch. It's time. It's time now to put your plan into action. We're at the gates. We're at the beginning. We're at the very start of it all. Someday is not a day of the week. Has anybody ever found someday on a calendar? No. The present is a gift that you have been given. Tomorrow is just a promissory note. What steps are you willing to take today that can make a difference? Can you decide that you're going to start each day? Whenever you start your Mary Kay work, some of you that are at work all day, you may only have 30 minutes at night to work your business. But if we did that consistently, what could happen in that 30 minutes? Could you decide that you're going to start each day, your Mary Kay work day, with a power hour? Taking 1 hour a day to work in your Mary Kay business. Maybe it's 15 minutes of listening to positive information, 15 minutes of booking. If we did that every day, we would have a knockdown as to who has the most bookings every week. So what would happen if you even said, I'm going to take 15 minutes a day to work on booking, 15 minutes a day on sharing, and 15 minutes a day on hostess coaching or coaching your clients? What could that do for your business? Is anybody willing to take the challenge and find out this year? Another thing is, until you've done your power hour, don't turn on your computer, don't go to your Facebook. I think it was Callie that went over it and said, what would be different in your life if every morning, besides getting up, that you went and looked at Facebook, if you went and looked at an app of some Bible study or devotional on your Bible every morning? What would your day look like? How would it be different if you download any app on your phone, like Jesus Calling or whatever your favorite devotional is, instead of going to Facebook and filling your mind with all that stuff? What would it be like? Would you feel more empowered? Computer time or FaceTime, Facebook time, whatever, is for non-peak hours, non-peak people hours. Did y'all know the peak people hours are 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.? Those are peak people hours. So what would you be willing to do? And how could your year look next year if you put some of these principles into place? That's my goal for you guys, is that you found one thing today that excites you, that you can remember from the visual learners. Because did you know that 78% of women are visual learners? Right? So at your parties, people aren't going to pay attention if you're talking the whole time and not showing them anything. That's why when they start doing the facial, they start learning and paying attention a little bit more. 78% are visual learners. I'm going to give y'all some tools here I want you to use today as we go through our time together. The next thing I want to give you is something called a storyboard. One of the things I notice is a lot of people don't take notes. Now, maybe you've just got the best memory in the world, but Mary Kay Ash taught us that the faintest ink is better than the most retentive memory. And so I want to share something that changed my life at a training that I went to for BSWA. These are called storyboards, okay? So I want to pass them out to you guys. I'm going to share with you how you can take notes effectively. I love this so much that I want that in our packets for seminars, you're going to get these to take notes on, okay? And let me explain. Because women are, what I say, 78% visual learners, okay? So your mind can't remember things unless it's visual. So one of the things that I'm gonna pass out real quick, and I think I've got enough for each table, is I want you to take markers, and everybody has to take turns sharing the purple, okay? And you might need a couple of these. And I want you to take down some things as we talk today that you want to remember. And I'm going to show you some things, how you might use these. You might, some of the ideas might be you just draw little squigglies all the way around. Y'all see my little squigglies? You might do dots and dashes. You might do chevron. You might do loop-de-loop, whatever it is. But the more colors you use, the more likely you are to remember things. All right? So I want to give this to y'all as an opportunity. These are just a few of the storyboards that I use in a class that I was at. And I want you to see how that might make, I mean, is anybody excited about this?
So you're saying just take 12 ideas?
Yes, or you can get more. We have more paper, so you can come up with more than 12 ideas. But this is going to be really important for you guys going to seminar, because seminar can be extremely overwhelming. And what I used to do in my note taking is, in my note taking, and you can have more. Becky, if there's more, y'all can have more. I used to put stars beside things that I wanted to implement. Because think of it like this: if you go to the beach and you grab up some pearls of wisdom, a lot of sand has to fall through your hands before you keep a few pearls. So there's going to be things that are just going to be overwhelming to you as you take notes in our class here and also at seminar. So what would it be like if you wrote down some things that were really important and really resonated on your heart? Do you think you would remember them better? Yeah. I just totally love this. I think I won the prize for the most pages. I had 21 pages of notes like this. Because, and then the other thing is, number your pages when you do this, okay? And we can bring some originals or we can email for y'all so that you'll have them. But I absolutely love this. I love being able to keep notes this way. So decorate, have fun, color them, use different colors. The more colors you use, the more you're going to remember, okay? So it'll be a great way for y'all to get started tonight, is to do it that way. Okay. So what we're going to talk about next, you guys, is we are going to talk about building a Mary Kay Dream account.
Building what?
A Mary Kay Dream account. And so I want you to think for a minute. If you could go, do, have, or be. If you could, I'm going to say it again. If you could do, be, have, or go anywhere, what would you do? And this is just something like, this is something that before I die, I want to do this. This is something that if I woke up a year from now and this was unfulfilled, I would be sad. So what dream come true have you not allowed yourself to dream because you're thinking no? Remember when you were a child and you wanted to be a school teacher, or you wanted to be a ballerina, or maybe you said you wanted to be president. And then you went to school, and the teacher was like, you're not smart enough, or you're not good enough, or you're not this enough, you're not enough. And started drinking, the dream started doing it. You thought you were average. Or maybe you went to school and you had ADHD and you were told you were dumb. I mean, ADHD people are really some of the most intelligent people around. Whatever it was, somebody could have stamped or squashed the dream that you had as a little girl. So if you could do anything with your life in the next year, what would you want it to be? And so I want you to write it down in one of your squares. I want you to write down what that would be. I want you to put dream account equals do two. It's totally fine. You can start and do one, and then once you got that one done, you work on the next one. You can sit down as you want, but maybe it's a trip to Ireland. Take my mother to, you know, wherever, her heritage, where she came from, before she dies, or, buy my husband a new truck, or retire my husband from his job. I don't want to put thoughts in your head because these are your dreams. I'm just giving you some thoughts that you can work around, okay? So what would this look like? And then as you come up with your dream account, or your dream come true for this next year, what I want you to do is your first homework assignment is to figure out how much what you just put down on paper is going to cost. Okay, so that's your homework. Find out how much needs to go in your dream account to pay for this dream clip. We're not running this on a credit card. You're earning this with your Mary Kay money. And then together, you and I, or you and your director, if I'm not your director, whoever your director is going to help you back this up with activity and show you what that looks like. Would it be worth it? Next question. Anybody have any answer? Would it be worth it? Yeah. Okay, so that's homework assignment number 1. You're going to find out how much what you put down will cost. Because then we're going to work out a plan of how your Mary Kay business is going to pay for it. For some of you, it might be that to step away from your job, to retire, whatever it might be, to be able to work your business full time. It can be all kinds of things. Maybe some of you have aging parents and you need to be financially secure enough that you can take care of your parents. I don't know what you wrote down. Does anybody want to share what they wrote down for their dream? Okay, Elaine?
Go back to Alaska.
Oh, super.
It's where I started first grade.
Oh my gosh, fantastic. Love it. I'm going there next month. Check it out. You'll have to give me all the fantastic. Anybody else want to share something? Sure, go Terry.
I get emotional.
That's great. That makes me
I want to.
happy.
I want to walk across that too.
And anything is specific that you want to do to go with it.
It doesn't matter sales or
Sherry.
it's just I've been in this so long, and I keep trying to figure out why it's not happening. And so yes, that I mean from that, then my other dream is to do things for my other organization. I've chosen to walk across the
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing. Okay, you guys, we're going to move on to the next thing. Before we can get your dream account set up and start putting money in there every week or every 2 weeks or however you want to plan this account. You're literally, once we get your plan set up, going to go and open the savings account. And that savings account is going to be specifically for this that we just talked about, or that you have on your paper. You don't have to do it today because we've got to figure out your action plan first. But you're going to open that savings account, and that's going to be your dream account. All right? So next thing I want to talk about, before we can get where we need to be, we've got to get our house in order. And because it's a new year, I'm going to seriously take a look at where you are in your business, where you are with products, are you at a profit level, and setting a profit goal. So one of the things you're gonna wanna do this next week is take a look at your inventory, decide how much you have. I know you did that in January for tax purposes, but I need you to really get an accurate picture of what your wholesale and retail looks like. Now, who wants to share what they feel like is a profit goal for profit? And do y'all know? Maybe you don't know. Maybe you've never heard what that is, and you don't even have a clue what that should look like. And it's okay to say I don't know. And I'm going to share what my profit looks like in my unit. It doesn't mean that that's what all of, any of your director might tell you something different. And then whatever your director tells you is fine. In our unit, we look for everyone having at least 1,800 wholesale on their shelf before they start taking 50%. All right? If you're not there yet, I'm going to give you a plan for how to get there quickly. But we have a lot of people who start in the company with a 225 that are taking profit, and they're not at profit basis yet, or 600 wholesale. A 600 wholesale is a personal order, which is fine. It's fine wherever people start. But where are you on your shelf? Because we've got to get your shelf where it needs to be so that you can make the money that you need to make to hit your goal. So take a real serious look at that and see. Some directors will tell you it's 3,000 wholesale, which is 6,000. As you're starting out, I think an 1,800 in wholesale is a good start for you. And that is a good place to be. Now, do we order 1,800, sell it all, and then order 1,800 more? No. What do? When we sell a product, what do we do next? Reorder. So we take the money. Does everybody know the money trail? I'm going to give you the money trail right now. This is called a 60-40 split.
So taking it into, look at our inventory, that's the second part of our homework.
And it's not going to be on your checklist, but this is a 60-40 split. This is a worksheet, which I also have in Excel, if any of you see personalities would like to have it. Okay? This is being accountable, being a bookkeeper for your business. You put down everything you sell, your actual money, your checks, your cash, your visas, everything down, including tax. You put the customer's name down, whatever, your suggested resale. Then you take your 50% and put it in a separate account, which is your product account. You don't touch that money. That's your product account. And then you'll want to keep 10% out for expenses, like career conference, seminar, PCP, which is so important for your business, your preferred customer program mailing. Anything else that falls in that 10%, your meeting dues here, which is tax deductible because you're getting training, anything like that. We've got an event coming up in a few weeks with Florida Mayfield Banks in Dallas. Anything like that that you're paying for should come out of that 10%. That's your expense, your money, cotton balls, your little sponge tip applicators, anything like that should come out of 10%. And then your 40% is then available for you to pay your loan if you have an inventory loan. It comes out first. Once you've got that inventory loan paid, then you don't have to pay that first. But I always just made it, I don't have a loan anymore, but when I did, I paid that first. So the very first party I held, that money, if my note was $100 or whatever, it came out of that first party. But once you bring clear and you don't have an inventory note or a credit card or whatever, then you're going to just move that 40% into your personal checking. Do y'all know the number one reason why people fail in business? In a home-based business? This right here. They go to work, they go to meetings, they do all these things, and their husband is like, they come home and they're like, I'm gonna make $1 million. And he's like, I've never even seen that you've made 100. Right? So let's be accountable to ourselves and to our business. And this sheet will help you keep the records of how your money is being spent. Okay, so that you can be sure you're putting things back. So when you sell things, you're ordering them, you're putting the new product that comes in behind the product that's in front. The older product's in front. It's just like bread milk. When they put new milk in, they put it behind. That's why everybody on Mama's Dig in the back. Right? Because that's the newer one that has a later expiration. So this sheet, you guys, if you want it in Excel, you can email me and I'll send it to you in Excel. And you can keep your spreadsheet. It keeps all your records so you know where you are. How can you be successful if you're not keeping score? So this will help you keep on task and run your business like a business. Okay? So that's a 60-40 split. Okay? Other things. I want to talk to you for a minute. We talked for a second about how to get your inventory where you need it. This is a worksheet if you need to reinvest to get to a full store. It shows you where you would start depending on what you decide. So it just shows you if you were going to go from a 600 to a 6,000, where you do 600 for 10 weeks. It's just super simple. If you have 3,000 on hand and you just want to get to 3,000, you do 300 for 4 weeks. So it just basically takes you to a worksheet of where you want to be. It just takes your inventory from where you are and shows you, breaks it down to where you want to go. Okay? So once you kind of know where you are, you're going to use activity to help you build your inventory. And you guys, if you hold a Power Start, I promise you, if you hold a Power Start, you're going to have the 50% that you need. And if you're not there, you can reinvest. You can reinvest for 1 month. It's not going to break the bank. But you reinvest for 1 month of your Power Start to get your inventory where you need it. Do you know most businesses are in business 5, say 5, I'll make sure you are with me, 5 years before they take a profit. 5 years. So I think we could do it in a couple weeks or even a month if you needed to do that. Okay, last thing, this runs you through 60-40 and how to work with the small grips. I know everybody's eyes are going to roll back their head when we start talking about money. So the last thing I want to share with you, if you are concerned and want to get out of credit card debt, if you have credit card debt and you want to know how to get out of it, this is something that Mary Kay taught me before anybody had even heard of Dave Ramsey. Okay? My friend Diana Sumter taught me this. It's called the snowball effect. And I've used it once, but not just once, I've used it twice. Because I was overachiever. So twice to get out of credit card debt. And basically what you do is you pay the smallest credit card off first. Okay? And then you take the minimum payment of what you owe on that card, which you've already paid, right? And you add it to the second card. And then say one of them is $60 and the other one is $85. So now you're sending 85 plus 65, and so you're paying off the number 2 card once you have number 1 paid off. Then when number 2 card is paid, you go to number 3. You take the 65, the 85, and the 45 that you were paying on this third card and that card, and now you add them all up and it's $140, and that's going to that card until that card's paid off. The best way to do this is figure it out weekly. Don't just set the minimum, take the first card and decide what can I pay off every week. Maybe I cannot go to Starbucks. You know, I don't go to Starbucks, so I was appalled at what people pay at Starbucks. It's like $7. Like, wow. If you multiply that out times 5, that's a lot of money. What if you could pay $20 though? You take your first credit card, you're paying your minimum, and then you decide, I can pay $20 a week on that because I'm not going to go out to eat that one time at lunch with girls at work. So you're going to pay 20, 20, 20, 20. So now you're paying 80 plus your minimum payment on that first card until that card is paid off. And then you're going to take those same numbers and roll them back in. It's called the snowball effect, and it works. Okay, so if this is something that's concerning you and you got to figure out how to get out of debt, this worksheet will send it. If that's something that interests you. Okay, so now we've got our inventory figured out. We've got our 60-40 split. We're gonna treat our business like a business, give it the respect it deserves. And we've got our dream account figured out, what we're gonna dream about, and then how you're gonna figure out how much money that's gonna take. So the next thing that we're gonna do is talk about finding a why. So I want you to turn a piece of paper that you have over, and I want you to draw a big circle on the outside, a little circle inside of that, and then a little tiny circle inside that. So you're making a target. Okay? So everybody got it? You can draw it as big or as little as you want. So just like that, right now, hold that up. That's it. It's a target. Right? Okay, your outside circle, you're going to label what? 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 Your inside circle, you're going to label how. And your middle circle, you're going to label why. So let's work through an example of this. And what we're going to find is your emotional why and your material why. We talked about this a little bit last week. Okay. So the first thing I want you to think about is what do you want to have from your manager position? This is a person, place, or thing. I want to be a sales director. I want to be a red jacket. I want to drive a big car. I want to, go to Rome this year. I'm a top director. I want to be a national sales director. I want to be a sales director. I want a free car. That's the what. Whatever the what is, it's a thing, a person, place, or a thing. The what. Or a position. Right? So what do you want in front of your married people? All right? The middle section is the how. Your how is I'm gonna kind of explain this a little bit. I don't want to get too caught up in the how. The how will come as you gain experience. So what I want y'all to understand is most of the time when achievers set a goal that is so big, they most of the time do not know that they have faith that this dream that's planted in their heart can come true. So don't get caught up on the how, is where I'm going with this. Okay? When we first started earning the Cadillac, my very first Cadillac, I just wanted someone to tell me how to do it. What's the formula? How do you do it? Is it somebody red jackets? Is it somebody this? Is it, tell me and I'll do it. What is it? How do I do it? Right? But when I let go of the how and focused on building people, it became more apparent. Okay? Because it's building, helping other people, enough people get what they want first. Okay? So let's dig a little deeper. Why do you want to achieve this stuff? What is your emotional why? I'm going to give you an example that I learned from, I think we heard this, Kelsey, in Oklahoma City from Lily. She said that she had heard a story once about a woman who wanted a ranch. She wanted her why about doing her business is because she wanted a ranch. She wanted to have a ranch. And that was her material why, to have a ranch. And as they dug a little bit deeper and talking to her in the conversation, well, why do you want this ranch? What is it about this ranch that, what's going to make you happy on the ranch? Well, I want to have a house, and I want to have a stable. There needs to be lots of horses, and I don't have tons of horses to be in my life. And she picked up on the horses. Because you have the horses that move you and excite you. Well, my son was in the series that time when he was a little boy.
and the horses, and horse therapy that he receives like that. So I want to be able to get that. to people. That being that person. So as she talked about it, her throat closed up a little bit and she got closer to what it really was. Her emotional why was not the material why that was in it, but the emotional why was she wanted to give back to people and save people's lives like her son's life had been saved. And the horses were just a vehicle for them. You all see what I'm talking about? I use my example of becoming a national sales director. Yes, that's going to be amazing because that means that 20 of y'all are sales directors who can stay home and raise your own children and babies. You don't have to work for somebody else. You can build your own dream. That's amazing. To be able to have 20 women be on that stage whose lives are changed. Who are changing their children's lives and their grandchildren's lives because of stepping up and doing something that seemed almost unbelievable. So that's a huge part of my what? Of my life. Is to bring my husback. And he's been working for 2 years out of town. Another year and a half out of the country. I want my family back together. He's worked long enough so that we can have our dreams this time that I can have this. That is my dream. That is what makes me get up in the morning when I don't feel like it. And talk to one more person who's going to possibly tell me that. And one more person who's going to say, you still doing that? Okay? You know, whatever it might be. That is what makes me want to smile. Yeah, those of you that are around me, how many years have I been saying I'm being national? 2 years now. I wanted it for 20. I've been talking about it for 2 years. Does that mean it's never happening? No. It will happen. Do I know it? No. Do I know how? No. I just know. And when I help enough women get what they want first, then we'll get what we want. So don't be confident. Be confident. And that you come. It brings tears to your eyes about you. Okay? Now I'm going to give y'all a sheet, and I want you to put your goal or dream on the top, and we're going to break into groups of 3. We're not break into groups of 2. We're going to break into groups of 2, and they can come back. This is, those of y'all that were here last week, we did this last week, we're going to do it again. Oops, you keep giving it back. As it's on. This is called Dare to Dream. And here's what we're going to do. I want you to put your goal or dream on the top of this paper. And then in your groups, you're going to play what if. You're going to brainstorm as many possibilities. And you're not going to be the one, like say, you know what, you're freaking wrong with this, baby. Don't you want to put on there yet? You feel like sharing, I want to put you in spot. Okay, so being a sales director, okay, so then Brandy and Raynell are going to what if Debbie. Debbie's not going to write the what ifs. What if, Debbie, we had team members in 5 cities? What if, Debbie, we had team members in 10 states? What if, Debbie, y'all get what I'm saying? Okay, so each table kind of work together and come up, but don't spend too long on one person because you're all 3 are going to do it. Put down your dreams, and then they're going to come up with your what ifs. Because what happens when we come up with our own what ifs? We put limits on ourselves. And these people are going to think outside of the box for you, things that you hadn't even thought of. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to give y'all about 5 minutes to work on this. So gather around in your groups. You want to come in and help them? And Alicia can come over here with these 3, with these 2 that you'll make 3. Y'all did it last week, so y'all already know. Okay, so Becky's coming here. Y'all 3 are together. It works better when you have 3. Okay, so go to that.
That's all we're doing, is asking questions.
Did y'all finish your treats last week? It doesn't matter. Just try to think outside the box and give them more ideas. So if maybe they're going to be a red jacket, wherever we, or teenager, whatever it is. So ask them how many cases a day they're helping them. Well, what if you've done 5 today, you this one. And then you're gonna interview all those 10. Okay, y'all see, what if you interviewed all 10? What if you did, whatever your basis goal was, what if you done before, what if you doubled it, and then what if you interviewed all those people? That give you 3? Oh, 3 goals, okay, well, help her find some what ifs, that's awesome.
What if?
Yeah, step out of the box. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap up here in just a minute. We've got about 3 things to do still. This class. Got a lot of stuff. So what if it,
Do it.
Okay, guys, 1 minute to wrap up your what ifs. Okay. Let's go ahead and wrap up. You can keep working on this at home. If you have someone that is encouraging in your business, get them to help you. Another mentor. Don't go to someone who is not positive. Go to someone who is and get them to help you come up with some more lists. This is just to open the possibilities and open the way you're thinking, okay, towards this dream and this goal that you're working on. So now we're going to get into a few more things that have helped me through the years identify and help me to really bring in what is most important to me. So I want to tell you about 2 of the most important guiding stars in your business can be your values and your mission, okay? And so we're going to start with that. We're going to start an exercise today, your lifetime values. Your values would be family, friendships, health, wealth, learning, sustainability, career, community, faith, integrity, spirituality, art, free time, creativity, adventure, love, and freedom. Those are just some examples of values. And so we're going to start with a value finder to help you identify the goals and values in your life first. Okay, so here's a couple that way. I'm going to do that one second. I'm going to do this one first. Some of those are mixed in. Are they all mixed in? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, then you never. Okay, sorry. Oh, okay. There should be 2 sheets. I'm sorry, because these are back to back. The second sheet looks like this. The first one is a worksheet, and then we're gonna find your top 5 values. What sheet do you have? Yeah, you will. I was gonna do the other one after we do this. It's totally Okay, you got to set yourself. Okay, so we're gonna use this worksheet. I want you to start with what are the 3 things that you like the most about yourself and the 3 things you like the least. Okay, you're the only one gonna see this. So go ahead and write that down first. Three things you like the most about yourself, 3 things you like the least. Okay? And once you got that done, I want you to write down who is the happiest person in your life, or that you know, or that you have known. Okay? Who's the happiest person? And when I did this exercise, I put down my grandmother Lily. My grandmother Lily was the happiest, most loveliest person I've ever known in my life. She laughed all the time. She was so happy. Absolutely loved. She would, every Saturday night at her house, She lived on the lake. We would clear all the furniture out of her house and put it on the lawn, and we would have a hoop and holler. You know what a hoop and holler is? The hoop and holler is you turn up the music. It was usually country, and this is really going to age me, like Conway 20 or some of the old country. And everybody would pick up their heels and we'd have a dance in the middle of my grandma's house. I mean, like all the furniture was in the front. That was my grandmother. She was a heart. She was hilarious. She was fun. She was the happiest person I've ever met in my life. I've never, ever, ever saw my grandmother angry or saw her worry about anything. And she didn't have very much in her life, but she was the happiest person. She didn't have that much materialistically in her life, but she was the happiest person I've ever met in my life. That's Grandma Lily. Okay, then write down who are the two people that you respect the most in life. It's all right. We got quiet right when you did that. All right. Who are the two people that you like and respect the most? And then from that, the last part of this exercise, and I'll come and bring this all together with this with you. I want you to write down who you are. Who are you? Who are you? And it might change. No. The year can make a big difference. I did mine a year apart and it was totally different. And the next part changed too. Okay, so now you've got the two people you admire, you've got the happiest person you know, you've got 3 things you love about yourself, 3 things that you like least about yourself, and then who you are. And what I want you to gain from this page is what are the 5 things that you value the most. And I would start with who is the happiest person. What were some of those things? Because you put them down for a reason. See, one of the things that I valued in my grandmother is my grandmother knew how to have fun. So I value fun. One of the people that I admired the most in my life is my daddy. Because he would have the most integrity in Indiana I've ever met, and he worked so hard and taught me how to work. And so I value the integrity, so integrity is one of my top priorities. What are some of the things that you're saying as you write about you? What are some things you like about you? And then I want you to write your top 5 values on this page. So do you value honesty? Do you value creativity? Do you value freedom? Do you value religion? Do you value spirituality? Because to some people those are different. I'm not quite sure why they are. So I don't know that much about that. But I know some people are very spiritual and they're not religious. Does that make sense? So you can be spiritual. Do you value peace? What are the things that you value most? Go ahead and list them, top 5, then top 3 orders. On that next sheet of paper.
You guys, one of the things that I've learned over the years is that when you operate within your 5 values and you surround yourself with people that operate in those same values, your life makes perfect sense. And you have more peace and joy in the journey. Everyone in this room has common values within because you're in it. And I'm sure if we were to swap, you'll find that a lot of you have some of the same ones. What about your team? Some of your team, you want them to have these values. How often would it be if you valued integrity as the top thing in your life, and you had a team member who lied all the time? How well would that go? Not so much. How would it work if you were a highly spiritual person? And I'm not saying you can't recruit these people. Things are not hard on this. I'm just telling you to find people that match your core values. If you had someone who is an atheist, how would that work? You see, a lot of the drama and a lot of the conflict that we have with working with people is we're not attracting the people that value these same things. But once you identify them, and once you understand them, you'll be attracting the kind of women that you want on your team. So now what I want you to do with your top 5 is right now, you have to mark one of them off. You have to decide which 4 are better than the 5th. So we can find your top 4 values. Okay? So out of the 5, you're going to just mark it out. You have to give me 1 right now. Mark it out. Everybody tell me when you got it done. You can't think about it. You just have to mark it out. Okay? I want you to think for a minute, how many of these values are on your paper do you think your parents have? How many of these do you think your parents have? A lot of them. All right? So your mom, not me, just asked for one of those values. So which one are you going to give her? You get to keep 3. You got to give 1 more away. So mark it out. I know, you don't want to give them away. I know you don't. I know you're married to them. I know you don't want to give them away. They're just mark it out. Yep, I know you have to. I'm sorry.
No.
I know, this is.
I say no.
I hope that you all have freedom on your list.
Nope.
Or independence on your list.
No.
That's why you're in business for yourself. You don't want a boss. You value freedom. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with the top 3. But I want you to identify on your homework, you've got to whittle it down to what number 1 is. Okay? What number 1 is on your homework. You have to eliminate the other 2 and come up with D1. And you guys, at different points of your life, this can be different. Even if you did this last year in summer school, it's different. When I did it the first time, what I valued the most was my spirituality. That was important to me. That was number 1. And when I did it again a year later, it was freedom and choice. It was number 1. And so you see, things can move based on what's happening in your life. Things can move around. Okay, so just be ready for that. All right, let's talk about our mission statement. Another part of your homework. I know. I'll do summer school. Told you this is like a whole semester in one class. 6 weeks of summer school is a whole semester, and that's what we're doing. Okay. I want you to establish your mission statement in your business. This sounds so silly and so trivial, but until I did this, my focus was not clear. Right? I want you to think of it like this. If you're on an elevator with somebody,
awkward silence when you're on the elevator. And someone said to you, well, Debbie, what do you do? I want you to have food. Your 1 minute elevator story of what you do. Okay, here's mine. My name is Kelly, and my mission is to enrich women's life. Wait, sorry, I started over. My name is Kelly. My mission is to empower women emotionally, spiritually, and financially, and my vehicle is Mary Kay Hustle. But it has to be yours. So that's my 1 minute or my 30-second elevator speech. If someone says, well, what do you do? I don't sell makeup. I don't sell Mary Kay. That's not what I do. I empower women. Emotionally, financially, and spiritually. Oh, and I left one part out. This is the new part I added. To strengthen families. And that's my new part. What is it? Oh, yeah. My mission, I'm going to read it, is to empower women emotionally, financially, and spiritually to strengthen families. And my vehicle is Mary Kay. Because you see, my real thing is getting mamas home to raise their children. And to know that they can make more than they're making at that job. That's my real purpose back here. Too many kids being raised latchkey kids. It's what's wrong with our world, in my opinion.
You had 2 kids laying on.
Oh my gosh, don't get me started. Okay, so woo! Everybody take a deep breath in. Cleansing breath. We got one last thing to talk about, but it's so much fun. You're gonna love it.
Right.
We've done some deep stuff tonight. But y'all understand why this is important. You've got to get here and here connected, or you're going to keep getting what you always got. And if you're ready to do something different, this and this have to match up. Because until this and this match, you feet are not going to move, and that butt is not going to get out of that chair in the most times. Because that's where it all starts, right? We don't have a lot. So now we're going to talk about visualization. We're going to talk about the power of pictures. This is our last thing, and you are going to start this year, and you're going to be able to do it. I'm not going to teach you on the spiral notebook tonight. That's next week. Of how I keep my life and organize my life with a 10-cent spiral notebook.
Do you have any of those out there?
Yes. So when school supplies go off in August, everybody go and buy 12. Okay? In the meantime, we need to buy 1 for July. But I'm going to teach you how to operate. I operated almost a $500,000 business. We would say almost. What's $250,000? Above $250,000 organization out of a 10-cent spiral notebook. So you enter. I've got the David Covey, or whatever his name is, Stephen. I've had the Stephen Covey planner that was $125. I've had the, day runner, day timer, I've had it all. Always go back to the 10-cent spiral. Talk to me if I were the first mentor trying something. Still use it today. And I'll teach it to you next week. What I want you to know is my goals are in front of you all the time. If I walked into your house right now, would I know what your Mary Kay goals are? All right.
I have a goal poster.
Okay, what else do you have? You have a goal poster, but what else do you have? You have pillows on your bed. You have, in your bathroom, when you close the door to go to the potty, you have it right there where you can see it. When you go to your refrigerator and you open up your refrigerator, Kelsey's not right there. Kelsey grew up in a cluttered Mary Kay poster home. It's on the refrigerator. When you go to bed at night, is there a picture right beside your bed? And it'll look in front of you. You and then your actors. How many things are all around your house? You know, we trashed my house. Becky just de-Londonified my house just recently, right? The other day, she helped me de-Londonify. Y'all notice we de-Londonify. It'll be redone for Rome. And then, but that's just a side of what the real goal is. Don't hear my heart. The real goal is for us to be our own national area because our national retires in January. If I walk into your house, in 3 places will I know immediately what your next step is in your day. What about in your car? Before I ever drove free, was a picture of a pretty brand new on my dashboard in my little green minivan. Right? Is there a picture? Remember? So what is your house look like? Is it trashed up? Also, I have things right in front of me that I'm working for all year. Always in 3 places where I see them all the time. Dreams need to be visited 3 times a day, visually. Morning, noon, and before you go to bed. Do you know that what you do for the last 45 minutes of your day is what you dream about? So if you're watching that murder drama, when you're having murder dreams, if you're watching the news, please stop watching the news. Please, please, please stop watching the news. There is nothing good on it. It is negative, negative, negative. Quit watching CNN, quit watching HNN, whatever, Fox News, whatever it is. Quit watching it. There's never anything positive in there. But what if you sat down in your bed before you closed your eyes and you watched, Terry, us in our video of all the women going across the stage, and you close your eyes when you're ready to go to bed, and you see yourself walking across that stage. What was the dress for you? What will your hair look like? What will you have? What will be there to cheer for you when you come off the stage? What will you do another happy dance when you come off the stage? Can y'all visit it? Can you see it? Until you see it, you won't believe it. When you believe it, when your mind has the picture, your brain will go to work to figure out how. You don't have to know how. Your brain, it's a wonderful machine, will go to work and figure out how to make that happen. But you've got to give that dream. You've got to feed that dream to your brain so you can figure it out. I want to share with you guys what we're going to do tonight, the last part of our time together. We're going to create a dream book. You guys have probably seen big dream books. I've always done little dream books. Who knows why I do little dream books? Becky, why do I do little ones? So you can take it around with you. It's portable. So wherever you go, it can go with you, okay? This changes yearly. The first thing is, the cover can be whatever, and all of y'all have the opportunity to put cover. It can be a collage, it can be you. If you don't have your picture in the director's suit, and that's your goal this year, be in the purple suit, because I know that it's some of you in here, so just saying. Just saying. Then let's do that. Let's take a picture of you. I'll bring the suit whenever I can bring it after seminar, and you can take a picture. I'm sorry, I start to say next week, but I can't do it yet. After we go to seminar, we debut the suit, then you can take pictures in it. And it might be big on you, so you can, just stretch it up. We've got that for Terry little bitty, and not hold it in. Whatever it is, put it on the front so you see it. This is a new picture that's available on InTouch that has the Escalade on it with the word MSD. I've never had a picture of a Cadillac that I can earn, and it says MSD. These are some of the other pictures of Rome, the top director trip. So funny, I have to share this. This picture has been in my dream book for 3 years. The one that says MSD, 3 years. 2 years. Okay? Does anybody recognize this shepherd? It's the one I won in November at a fall retreat. Don't tell me dreams don't come true. I won, that's it. I won it in a raffle, a national jacket. I was the first to get pulled, and I ran to that people, and it fit me like a glove. Talk about hair standing up on your arms. At Rebecca Evans with the arms. Do you remember the picture? Yeah. I won that jacket. So it's staying in here because y'all just need to see, okay? This is my family. This is my reason why. This is my reason why. Kelsey, I need to put it back up. This is my house on the beach that I'm going to own someday. You're not looking at that anymore, Kelsey. This is the beach that I'm gonna earn, that I'm gonna live, this is my beach house. On my meal. This is my backyard, my waterfall for my pool. This is my pool. This is my pool house in my backyard. All right? And also, there were some hardwood floors in there in case you missed it. Here's my check, $20,300. Do y'all know I carried around a check written out to me that said $12,000 in my wallet until it came through? So now this check says 20, I'm going to get an even larger check than that it says 20. But this is what I have 20, okay? And then $1,200 a year for a missionary fund. And that's me going on a mission, putting that aside yearly for students from us. I know that. Big dream of mine. Big dream of mine. If you know anything about me, you know I love Make-A-Wish and I want to send you. And be able to grant a wish, which when I started this in my dream book, it was only 5,000, and it's now 7,000. I want to watch. Coolest thing that ever happened to me about this, I met Frank Shanklin, started Make-A-Wish in San Diego. I met him. I mean, it's my dream company, it's my dream cause that I love. I wanted everything I could run in that supports St. Jude and Make-A-Wish. That was my core cause right there. Okay, I'm going to go right up. I'm going to go right up with you. There's so many of our friends in Memphis had children with cancer that were able to get treated at St. Jude and Make-A-Wish. And some of them were here and some of them not. And it's amazing. And what an organization. Another big goal, my 20th anniversary in Mary Kay is September 20th. 20 red jackets is our goal. We want you to be the red jackets, and be a part of that 20. That's going to be a dream come true in September 20th, and there's 20. That means everybody in here is going to be a red jacket. All right? This one came true to a certain degree. Haley snapped a picture of me training a group of red jackets in Nashville with January Jumpstart. There were about 70 women in the room red jackets that I was teaching. This has been my goal. Look how they got me. It came true 3 years ago. Teaching guys. Came directly to me. There's some of you, I bet you didn't catch it. Some of you did, you know. There's a ring, which is awesome, but here's another thing. 5 of them. 5 of you. Going to LA to they're going to close down Universal Studios. They'll only do United States. All 4 singers of directors will be together. For the first in Memphis history. This is going to be a future picture that I'm taking at a seminar of someone debuting on the national stage with directors in purple and purple suits and then the nationals in purple. And then I'm going to cut their heads out, put our heads on them. Okay? Is that cool with everybody? All right. And then 5 new car winners this year. Triple Star, I've already done, but I want to do it again. And then getting invited to Inner Circle Weekend for me was last time in April to be able to do that. That was me and Daryl Overcash, our U.S. president last year. It was a dream come true to go to Inner Circle. In fact, when I got the email, I kept looking at it thinking she sent this to the wrong person. She said, Miss Lee, I'm not going to Inner Circle Weekend. What's the deal? And then I figured out my name was on the list. And I about died. It was the coolest thing. This is the Inner Circle are the top of the top of the top nationals in our company. And the whole weekend is teaching her English. It's amazing. Okay? And then last but not least, I just think we all have to have this cool purse when I go and you go too. To Italy this year. It's a Gucci. I think we should pick that up.
Ooh, yeah.
Isn't it so cute? I just think we all, I mean, Gucci, can you imagine all the name brands? Amazing. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to let y'all pick your stuff. We've got a lot of stuff. You can stay if you want. If you can't stay and you've got to get going, you can. But we've got handouts for you to start building your dream. Okay? And you can come up and choose. There's markers. There's books. we pulled out some things we thought you might want this year. And have you all seen the jewelry? The Kimber Scott inspired jewelry that you get for debuting as the director? Amazing, okay? So y'all can take one of these and pass around. And then there's two things here, if you should want them, the director's suit and the red jacket. Okay, so y'all take one of these, take one down, pass it around. Here's some scissors. Here's some scissors, and you can use your markers to really make it festive. Okay? And I've got blue sticks too, stickers. And when you go home, you're gonna add to it, right? Your trip or whatever you put on your dream needs to go in there. You know, whatever you can eat. I don't know what it's gonna be, but y'all can pile. And I've got some stickers. I'm just gonna kind of leave them right here by Debbie. Y'all can grab stickers if you want. But get everything you need, kind of start, if you want to start working on them. You can look at mine if you need to. Oh, and I want to share one more thing. This has been in my book for over 3 years about getting fit with a tennis shoe. I never ran a lick until 3 years ago this August. I did not run a single race ever. And that was in my book. And so my brain went to work for me to figure out how to run. I know. It's just I got story after story of this. So we're just thinking. Anybody wants to do that here? Becky, do we have any announcements while everybody's finishing up?
A couple of things, so, we have a national coming. This is Gloria Natal Banks, will be here in the 22nd. It is Dallas.
Woo!
If you get your tickets in advance for 13, and the door 15, your gas are free. If you want to take gas, Gloria is awesome. I've heard her past, you know, before. It's awesome. Also, there is a monthly calendar. We're doing service school all this month. And remember, new consultant training is on Wednesdays at 9 via Google Hangout. And then also we have seminar. Our unit dinner is on the 26th. So our unit banquet, horse banquet at 7 o'clock on the hotel. So it'll be lots of fun. One other announcement is we will no longer be having handouts at the meeting. We'll be posting them either on Facebook for you to print out yourself, or we'll probably put it on the website as well, but that's where we're at. So everything will be soft copy, if you will. Unless we're doing some kind of special training, then we'll probably hand out. But all the announcements, everything will be on Facebook. So make sure that you go there to get your copies. We'll also have one hard copy posted back there, so you can take a picture of it if you want with your phone, and then blow it up, email it to yourself, print it out, whatever you want.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, while you're finished up, I'm going to go over. In addition to what I gave you, you're going to finish your dream book. Okay? Finish your dream book that you're taking here, because you're going to want to put some actual things in there. If you want your house or your family or whatever, or a nursery or a tree park, or put that for your husband. Okay, then you're gonna find pictures of your next goal and put it in 3 places at your house, and you're gonna take pictures of it. And you're gonna show them to me next week. Okay, so you're gonna, whatever your next goal is, it doesn't have to be your big dream yet, just whatever your next thing is. You're gonna take pictures of it and bring it next week. It has to be in 3 places in your house. Okay, you're going to establish your dream account, now that's how much money you will need, and then talk with your director to back it up with action. Yeah. And then last but not least, go to the dollar store or go to Target or Walmart, wherever you shop, and get a 3-room notebook for next week. And tell your team who isn't here to bring one next week, because you're gonna start getting tons of handouts, and you can put them all in your summer school notebook. One to two is fine. A 3-ring bind. So see, like I've got mine here.
We need to bring a spiral as well.
You can bring a spiral if you want to, but it's not until next week's homework. So you don't have to. I'm gonna tell you, it's next week's lesson. Here's this, and in case you didn't know, we've got the 2 little things here. When you complete all 6 weeks of summer school, you get to pick which of these little cuties you'd like to have. Okay, so you get a little tumbler with Mary Kay. This says I love my Mary Kay. This just has a bow on it, so if you want to do that, whichever one you want. Okay. All right, so. Okay. And there was one other homework assignment I gave you. Who remembers what it was?
Let's see, I have,
There was one more thing.
is it your mission statement?
Yes.
Inventory.
Yes, take a look at your inventory, your mission statement, identify your top value. Yep. Identify your top value. Okay? And this week's lesson was heavy. There's a lot of stuff. Next week we'll get into, I think lesson 2 is booking and coaching, overcoming objections, etc. Booking and coaching is lesson 2 next week. So we'll see you then. Thank you.